And we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And it will be linked in on a delay because I don't have a third camera. Good morning. Good Saturday morning. It's David, and today is the 28th of September already. Yows. And this is the 38th episode chapter of Every Saturday is Small Business Saturday. It has been in my household while I've celebrated it for 75 years. So welcome to today. This last week, I could not have written better chapters than things that happened this last week. I think I want to start with early in the week. This is Michael Gerber and myself in Michael's very, very last dream room. He has, well, I think it was his 55th and last. It was in 2010. I was there, and it was a wonderful 3 days that I spent with Michael and his wife, and there were probably about 50 other small business owners. I would have guessed about 50 in the room for the 3 days. So it was a wonderful experience. And for those of you who are not familiar with Michael, and I'm sure there are a lot of you, this is the cover to his 25th anniversary limited edition, which I have copy number 50 out of 5,000. Michael's original book was The E-Myth, Why Most Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About it. I'm not quite sure the year that, 25th. It was 25th, and that was probably about 5-6 years ago. Whatever, 30 years ago. And it is recognized as the go-to book about entrepreneurship. And of course, it's Michael's thoughts about entrepreneurship and small business and small business owners. And I have very, very fond memories of sitting on the other side of the table for Michael on some conversations. Literally, not the dinner table. And Michael, if you and I ever get together again, I'll reference back to that, and it's still working. It is still alive today. So a wonderful human being. Michael, about 3 weeks ago, or maybe a month ago already, decided that he wanted to have, and I don't know if this is the first time he's ever done it. It's the first time I've ever recognized that he's done it, had a dream room online. And he had a whole agenda and spent 3 or 4 sessions selling and talking about it and interacting with folks. And I had to laugh a little bit, not a little bit. I laughed a lot. What? And this has nothing to do. I mean, it's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. What folks will be paying for attendance in Michael's online dream room is about the same amount of money that I flew out to California, stayed for 3 days, and spent 3 days in the dream room with about the same amount of money, and I kind of laughed about that whole experience. But be that as it may, if you ever have an opportunity to connect with Michael Gerber in whatever way it might be, take advantage of that moment. And understands, for the most part, uh, well, the E myth is the entrepreneur myth, and Michael is an expert on why businesses don't work, but he also knows what to do about it. And the part about what to do about it uh, is something that has had a great impact. Well, since I heard it in 2010, Michael tells the story of the reason that Roy Kroc was able to build the McDonald's brand into what it was built into is because he started with a system. And if you follow the system, you have to have a system. Well, I picked up on that. It's been very, very, very important to me. And in fact, you've heard me describe, and you're going to hear me tell a little bit more about it in the end, about my marketing and sales value, trust system. I use the word system because it's a process. All of these things have to happen. If they happen, it'll work, period. So a special thank you to Michael. I actually started following him before I went out to California to be with him, and it's well. Also, if you're ever in the same room with Michael, make sure you ask for him to play the saxophone. He loves to play the saxophone. So the thing I wanted to share also about my experience in 2010 in Michael's dream room, we were given this, come dream with me. In the dream room, Michael Gerber, and so this became our workbook, our notes that we wanted to take, and I have clipped the notes that I took 14 years ago, about what I was going to be doing based upon some thought I was getting in the dream room with Michael, and it worked. It worked so well that the Project 10,000 that you've heard me talk about, and you're going to hear me mention more about it in a little while. It's a system, and all these things work, and folks working together. And thank you, Michael, for pounding the concept of system into me. It was worth every single penny that I spent in the dream room and more. Okay, so I am now using this part of it, and I just started this week of Project 10,000, the system, and I'll get into that in a little while. But another just really, really, really wonderful thing happened to me this week, and really something memorable to my legacy story and business experiences and things that we wanted to happen and things that did happen. You've heard about my experience with Michael. Well, at any rate, 3 or 4 weeks ago, if you follow me, you started to, well, I used the words Better Business Bureau many, many times. And the reason that I used it so many times is that it's about trust and the 10,000. It's time to get into my mission and vision statement. Wow, before I do that, a special thank you to my new friends at the Canton. That was my very first experience with the BBB 53 years ago, the Cincinnati Better Business Bureau office, and Joseel and Kate and Chris enjoyed listening to what each of you had to say in terms of what was happening with the Cincinnati Better Business Bureau in your areas, and enjoyed it so much. Would love to have you have a conversation next Saturday at the same time about what we shared, and I think we could have a fun conversation, and particularly the one, Kate, that I'm going to suggest with you that just jumped on me this week since our meeting. It's going to be so much fun. But let's. You're more than. I'd be honored for you to come and well, not so much come. You can be wherever you are, and we'll have a conversation next Saturday. So I have been an accredited business of the Cincinnati Better Business Bureau. Actually, it was in 2010, the clock says, and 2010 is when I went to Michael's Dream Room in California. Maybe there was a connection somewhat there. But I got an email this week. I don't know if it was an email or I read the bulletin that I get, but I read that the annual meeting and it's a combination annual meeting, I think an annual board meeting of the Cincinnati Chamber, Cincinnati Better Business Bureau, was going to be this week. And so I signed up to go, and because I have a vote, and they were voting on a new slate of officers for the, not an entire slate, a few officers for the upcoming year. I think there were 3 folks that were elected. So it was the timing was such. So I went early on Wednesday to see to start to meet folks who were there, and walked into the room, and the first person I looked at when I walked in, it was I'm laughing because she said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yes, I have an envelope that I'd like to give you." So I prepared it, and she opened it up and she read it, and I was walking away, and so, "David, by the way, would you like to share your thoughts with our meeting today?" And I said, it would be indeed an honor to do that. So I did it, and I kept it. I promised myself I was going to keep it under 6-7 minutes, and I did. But it was a very fun experience. And I'll share with you what I shared with them. Are we ready to do that? We are ready to do that. I'm actually, and this is something I thought about this week, that when I went to the Dream Room with Michael in 2010, it was a Dreaming with Entrepreneurs brand positioning wherever we were then. And now, fast forward, Project 10,000 is a new positioning for Dreaming with Entrepreneurs LLC. It's Project 10,000 just started last week. It's been around for a long time. I just named it last week. And so one of the fun things about Wednesday's meeting at the board, they had in their meeting agenda, their vision statement and their mission statement. And I read theirs, a marketplace where buyers and sellers can trust each other. It's all about trust. The mission is to be the leader in advancing that marketplace trust. Well, I might say to the Better Business Bureau, in the 53 years that I have known you, I've never seen anybody promote trust. And so for me to build what it is that I am building, where trust is the bottom line. You've already mentioned it in your vision and mission statement. So, once again, a very wonderful experience. So, the mission statement of Project 10,000 and Dreaming with Entrepreneurs LLC now is to digitally publish and produce 10,000 marketing and sales value trust live streams, which to us, a live stream is a YouTube, a Facebook Live, and a very close after LinkedIn happening all at the same time. That is a live stream. That's what we live stream. And our mission, we have been, I have been spending the last 3+ years studying the marketing and sales business marketplace here in Cincinnati from different aspects, from different things that I've been doing. And so what I am doing now is an outgrowth of the learnings that I got within the community. But at the moment that I had it developed here in Cincinnati, because that's where I have lived for the last 37 years, it is now a system that can go into any of the 387 Wikipedia-defined United States metropolitan statistical areas, MSAs. There are 387 of them. So our system is now positioned to go into any of those to do the things that the system does. And I'm getting a lot of feedback on this, both positive and negative, that my vision is that, it's easy to see. I see it multiple times every hour in the stuff that I read, is the information I'm exposed to. But AI is creating havoc in the marketing and sales value story. And why do I say that? Well, now artificial intelligence is creating new value every day, I guess. And so the value concept of business and what a business must deliver to the marketplace is actually becoming more of a level playing ground. With While it's a level playing ground, it's literally has grown by millions, and so that makes it, well, a tougher situation to accomplish the goals and objectives that you are trying to accomplish. Not impossible, but challenging. And that's where the value concept is. The trust comes into the conversation, must come into the conversation. So, uh, bottom line, Project 10,000 is the digitally publishing and producing 10,000 marketing and sales value trust stories. Your stories, not mine. I'm already telling mine. It'll be your story, producing 10,000 of those in a, I don't know how it's going to break out, but in the 387 MSAs that there are. And what I told the Better Business Bureau in Cincinnati on Wednesday, and well, it goes for everybody, that there are 400,000 accredited businesses by the Better Business Bureau in the United States. And as I said, I have been one of those in Cincinnati since 2010. But any BBB accredited business will have the right of first refusal in any market that we go into, because I already have a start on the trust factor. I know what that has meant to me in Cincinnati. So that's why it'll work in any of the markets. I do have market number 2. I have chosen. I do not want to talk about it yet, but when, excuse me, when things start to happen, I certainly will share it with you. So, Project 10,000 is committed to building trust, plain and simple. And as I said, 10,000 small businesses. Wow. 10,000 small businesses. Well, let's deal with that crazy figure for a moment. The Small Business Administration recognizes that there are 33.3 million small businesses. A small business is defined by the Small Business Administration as one that has 500 or less employees. So they have a great handle on that number, but the number that has to be out of control is the number of solopreneurs who, on the last weekend in March 2020, being in the same situation as I was that weekend, well, a little bit differently, but confined to our homes and doing what we needed to do in our homes. And then as those days mounted that we did that, we said, well, geez, maybe I can do something and make some money in my home While whatever, and the answer is yes. There are lots. I guarantee it. I don't know. We'll never know. We will never know what that number is, but there are many folks. So if you are not an accredited business of the Better Business Bureau and you want to be considered in the 10,000 that I'm going to be publishing and producing, please send an email to D. Leopold. Excuse me. I just read some information that all the commotion with the weather and climate change, the allergies in Cincinnati are, which has always been recognized as a horrible city to live in if you have allergies, is worsened. And I will attest to that. So where were we? My email address, dleopold@davidsbarter.com. dleopold@davidsbarter.com. I'll actually put it in the comment area in this video. I'll do it on Facebook too. I'll do it on Facebook too. And in that email, tell me what 15 minutes you have available for me. We will have a live, we'll have a Google Meet in Greek. Google is my technology whenever it can be. So Google Meet and Greet for 15 minutes. I will do a triage on your marketing, sales, value, trust story, and make suggestions. And you just might be one of the 10,000 who are going to be included. So keep that in mind. Well, sidebar, I have been a solopreneur for most of my life. Of the 53 years of business, I would say that there were maximum 2 years of those 53 where I was not, well, I was a solopreneur, but I had a payroll, an internal payroll, not a jobbed out payroll, an internal every week payroll. And I say that jokingly because we did our team was wonderful. Our team was wonderful. We went from zero to being able to make a profit in the 11th edition of the magazine. And it took a focused effort on 15 people. Wow, more than 15 people. There were 15 checks I wrote out every, I don't know, I think I wrote them out every 2 weeks back then. I don't know. I don't remember. Actually, I didn't write them out, but that's a whole nother story too. Okay, so that's what Project 10,000 is going to do. And it is incumbent upon me to say what, to make this happen, I need 387 investors. They will be co-producers and publishers, co-digital producers and publishers of mine. They will have their own show, their own live stream with me on that Saturday. And they will be involved in the production of 27 of the 10,000 that we defined a little while ago. So they will be making a $50,000 investment to set up that market, to do all those things that are going to be done. Yes, they get 26 story, 26 of the marketing sales value trust live streams. Uh, oh, by the way, those stories are live streamed. Um, and so when that live stream is done and a YouTube is created, I will give you the YouTube that was created, the URL, so that you can use it for anything that you're doing now or something new that you want to do. That's extremely valuable. Maybe it should be more than 50,000. So, uh, oh, and there are. Well, I gotta talk about one of the bonuses. I'll talk about them both. Uh, when I was, even before I went to the meeting on, what was my book? Even before I went to the meeting on Wednesday, as I was doing my research, uh, I found that the Better Business Bureau has a Students of Integrity Scholarship Fund. Students of Integrity Scholarship Fund. And wow, they are absolutely something that I was going for. I published this book. I authored and published, printed, worked with a printer, did this book in 2007. How do you answer these 749 questions about your small business? There are literally 749 questions in the book, but no answers, which it was intended to be a workbook so that the small business owner or student could write down, take a note, and say, geez, that's something important that I need to think about for my business. Maybe I need to call David now. I've always made myself available for somebody that has a question, an answer in this book, always, no matter how busy I get. But the greatest criticism that I got about the book was that there are no answers, and so I took it to heart. So that same year, I recorded my first YouTube. I live streamed my first YouTube in 2007, and since then have live streamed over 2,500 hours of information, conversations, lots of folks. I suppose over the years, there's probably 250 folks that I've had in conversations in YouTube's. And by the way, YouTube has not archived all that, so it's not important. What I'm doing now in YouTube at youtube.com, David Leopold, / David Leopold should take you to my channel, and there's 4 tabs at the top of. You'll see them on the channel. 4 different areas you can go into. The area that we do most of our, well, it says live stream. So if you go into that tab, you'll see any of the stuff. But there is other stuff. Not too much stuff in. I notice there's nothing in community, so I suppose that's an area to sell somebody. If you would like to have your tube on my channel in the community area, please contact me. So I think I have covered everything. If not, let me know. And it's been fun, and thank you for 35 minutes and 24 seconds of your time, and probably about 38 minutes or 39 minutes of your time, Facebook. I'll be back. It's we're having a lot of fun, and our Project 10,000 that can go anywhere in the 387 MSAs in the United States is going to be wonderful. At one time, I actually wanted to physically visit as many of those as I possibly could. That with some new getting older situations happening, it's not going to be. It would be a good idea for me to do a whole lot of traveling. So it'll be travel on very, very, very special occasions. Got one coming up. I got a very special Thanksgiving with all my children. 4 adults and their 5 children in Dallas this year. How exciting is that? The last time all of my children were together at one time was in June last year. So it's going to be, we have a lot of catching, but we do a lot of video. We do video chatting, FaceTiming, a lot of it. That's how I've learned. That's how I've watched my grandchildren grow up, is by FaceTiming, because they've lived in lots of different cities. Well, one has lived in 3 or 4 different cities. The other one has lived in 2 cities. So party time. Thanksgiving is party time in the Leopold household, wherever it is in Dallas. So thank you for your time today, and looking forward to the next time we get together, because as an old friend, Jaime Williams in Canton, Ohio, the outstanding sports reporter. He was also on television and radio. He was the man, the sportsman in Canton, Ohio. I started paying him. I think I started paying him $50 per story in my publications, but he was only in the one publication. Anyway, Jaime used to say, "We'll see you the next time," which may very well be the best time. Enjoy your day.